why do I still play my 3DS in the year 2024? Because it doesn't really make sense, it's an old console, why play it? Or really, I should say old handheld. Well, in my opinion, I think it's the best handheld to play in 2024. Here's why. Now, the first thing, I want to talk about why I play this over my phone. Now, don't get me wrong, I carry my phone with me all the time, and my phone is great for watching YouTube. That's my main use of my phone, other than contacting people, which is nice. But I use my phone all the time to watch YouTube. In my opinion, this is the best way to watch YouTube. The only time I ever watch YouTube on my computer is when I'm playing a video game, because I have two monitors, so I could just watch the video on the side. I don't know if that's bad for my eyes or not. I think it's just that my eyes are getting fatigued, so I need to, take more breaks. But my phone is a great way to watch YouTube, either in bed or even if I'm in my chair and just want to relax. Now, when it comes to playing games, the phone is actually not really good in this, in my opinion. And the reason why is because of the buttons. The phone doesn't have any. Now, don't get me wrong. There are certain games that do a good job using only the touchscreen, right? You have Clash Royale or Clash of Clans. I don't really like those games, but those are games that do a good job with that. You even have Flappy Bird. I would even give you Minecraft. But a lot of the other games, the games I listed, even like Fruit Ninja, and even like the oldest iPhone game, can't remember the name of it, Jetpack Joyride. These are games that are arcade games. And the issue with that, while arcade games are fun, and I do enjoy playing them, the issue is that they're not that complex, and they can get pretty boring after a while. And if you want to play a game for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour, you might get bored of these games after a while, and playing games on your phone won't do it for you. Now, the nice thing about the 3DS is the 3DS, now I have the iPhone 8, and if you have a new phone, it might be even bigger. Now, with my case, right, because I have a case on my phone, my 3DS XL is about the same size as my phone. Now, it is the same length. Now, the width is a bit larger, but it's about the same size. And what this means is I can very easily carry the 3DS XL in my pocket. This makes it very good for transporting, and I think that's the greatest use. And the other reason, I like to use this over Nintendo Switch for the same reason, because the Nintendo Switch, don't get me wrong, has a lot of great games on it. I enjoy playing it. The biggest issue for me is it's annoying to carry around with me. Now, I understand we are in a new generation. The games have more graphics. But if there was a smaller Switch, that wasn't the Switch Lite, they got rid of the Joy-Cons. Let's pretend they don't exist, all right? They actually have good buttons like the 3DS. The 3DS analog stick actually is much better than the Switch, in my opinion, because I never had it break. Right? I never heard of it drifting. But the nice thing is, if the Switch was smaller, I'd be playing it on the heartbeat. But the biggest issue is the Switch is bulky, so I have to put it in a case, and I have to carry that with me. Where the 3DS, I just put it in my pocket with my phone, and it's not a big deal. And the other thing, the 3DS has up to a 4-hour battery life, which makes it really convenient to use. And because of that, I like to bring the 3DS with me on the go, pretty much wherever I go now. This whenever I want to, play a game. Now, I want to talk about, too, the library of the 3DS. Now, the 3DS is extremely easy to mod. I've modded a few things before. 3DS extremely easy. If you don't really know much of what you're doing, you can mod the 3DS very easily. The only thing you'll need is an SD card reader. But with a modded 3DS, you have access to so many games. So you have access to all the 3DS games that, especially the digital ones that now you can't get anymore legally. And you have the DS games, but also you have Game Boy Advance games. I'm not talking about emulation. The 3DS XL, only the XL, or the new 3DS, whatever, it can play Game Boy Advance games natively. You just need a virtual console injector, and you take the Game Boy Advance game, and it will run it on the 3DS natively, which means no emulator glitches. Let me give you an example. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. I think that's the name of the game. I played with an emulator, and I noticed that after battle, sometimes the game would crash because this is an emulator glitch. Where if I played with the Virtual Console Edition, it not only would it run it natively, but it wouldn't crash anymore. There were no lag, ran at 60 FPS. It was amazing. Another game I played was Metroid Fusion, which I actually played before Metroid Dread. Great game, but I think you get the point. And also, there's something really nice about the buttons on the 3DS. The D-pad on the 3DS is solid. Now, the only thing I don't like is the R buttons and the L button, because those buttons, they do have a tendency to kind of break, so you might have to get it repaired. So that's the only issue I would say with a used 3DS. But even like the A buttons, all those buttons, they're really nice to use. Now, I want to talk a bit more about the portability as well, because most of the time I play the 3DS isn't on the go outside of my house. It's in my house, because there's something really nice about having a portable screen. What do I mean by this? Most of the time, if you play a game on a console or your PC, either playing on a monitor or a TV, the downside of that is you can't move the monitor or TV easily, right? If you want to move it somewhere else, you have to set all of it up. Where the 3DS, you just turn it on. You have it anywhere you go. And even just slight adjustments, like being able to move it a bit, is really nice if you just shift your head a bit and want to look a different way. You can't really do that with a monitor or especially a TV as easily. And this actually makes the 3DS much easier to play portably than the Switch, because the Switch is so big, I find it uncomfortable to play in my bed, because it puts me in awkward positions and I get uncomfortable really quickly. Where the 3DS, because it's much smaller, it's much easier for me to play that while I'm laying down. Now I want to talk specifically about what games do I actually play in the 3DS that motivate me to play it. Why do I play it? Well, when I'm on the go, great games to play is Picross. I don't know if you know what that game is, but it's basically like Sudoku but more interesting, where basically you follow certain rules and you make a picture pretty much. And you basically follow the rules and figure out what picture am I going to make, right? But there's a specific picture in mind and you have to try and get the specific picture. That's basically the best way I explain it. That probably wasn't great. But anyway, it's with the 3DS, you use the stylus, and using the stylus is actually much better than your finger, because my fingers aren't that big, but the thing is, when you're on a phone, because the screen is smaller, your finger usually is too big to play Picross on it, or other games, where the stylus is so thin that you can easily make small adjustments, and works really well for these games. Other games I like to play is the Fire Emblem series. If you like RPGs, or tactical games, especially games like Pokemon, you might enjoy Fire Emblem. The 3DS has pretty much all the Fire Emblem games. This is the best place, in my opinion, to play Fire Emblem games. And I don't think people realize how many new games are on the 3DS as well. Let me give examples. The Donkey Kong game, the same one on the Wii, is on the 3DS, and it even has bonus content. Binding of Isaac, that game's on the 3DS as well. Shovel Knight, not just the original one, the brand new Shovel Knight with the 4 characters, where they have like the Golden Knight, whatever they're called. That game's on the 3DS as well. And there's so many games that are on the 3DS, right? Of course you have WarioWare, but even the DS, right? You have the Professor Layton series. These are just great games to play. And also, again, I really like playing Game Boy Advance games on it, and the biggest reason for that is because Game Boy Advance games, not only were they designed to play portably, but playing portably is really nice, especially because the 3DS is backlit. You don't have the same issues as the Game Boy Advance. And I guess the best way I explain it is the same reason why, if you watch YouTube on your phone, which you probably do, think about why you like watching on your phone instead of your PC. That's kind of the same reason why I like playing games on my 3DS compared to the Switch. And don't get me wrong, I like playing PC games. I play Minecraft a lot, but that's just because it's better controlled for a PC. But there really is something special about playing on a 3DS. And hopefully I've convinced you to at least consider getting a 3DS. If you don't own one, highly recommend getting a new 3DS XL. Make sure it's that one. The 2DS, I also recommend getting that because it's cheaper, but because it doesn't fold in. It's a bit bulkier, so it would be kind of annoying to carry around with you. But the 3DS feature I never use. I don't think anyone ever uses it more than once. It's not really that fun, to be honest. Let's play Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask randomizers. If you like Zelda randomizers, you could do that on the go. They're really fun. But yeah, hopefully you've considered getting a 3DS. And if you've played the 3DS before, do you have any memories of playing the 3DS? Because I sure had a ton. Alright, I'll be seeing you. See you around.